This is Andy Cotterill with MMA.ca here with the Spaniard, Charlie Brenneman in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Cole Harbour, Nova Scotia, at the training camp for TJ Grant, preparing for his UFC 160 match against Gray Maynard. Charlie, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. Just got done with our second session for the day, and it's time to relax.
Nice. So tell me, how did you get the invitation to come up here and train with TJ?
You know, to be honest, of course, we were supposed to fight years ago, and then when I saw he dropped down to 55, I kind of talked to him a little bit. We kind of became friends, and he kind of helped me through the process of dropping down. And then, we talked about training together, and he's fighting Gray Maynard. And, wrestling is my base, so he brought me up to help him train.
So fighting is kind of a funny thing, how sometimes you might go in the cage of the ring against somebody who you have no animosity against. In fact, you might even be a friend sometimes. So how does it get to the point where you're gearing up towards fighting? And like you mentioned a couple of years ago, I think it was at UFC on Fox Live, UFC on Live 4, thinking of this guy as the enemy for the longest time. Then all of a sudden here you are and you're hanging out, going to movies together.
Yeah, it's a real objective thing for me fighting. I don't have much anger. It's a sport to me, just like wrestling. So, I don't look at those guys any differently than I looked at my wrestling opponents, so I'm pretty good with it. Nice.
So you've had a good time here at Fit Plus in Halifax. How much longer are you here for?
I'm here for a couple more days. I got here last Wednesday or Thursday.
I think we're getting jacked off screen by a certain TJ Grant. I'm not even going to look and see what he's doing. Should I look? No.
Anyway, so I got here last Wednesday or Thursday, put in about 9 or 10 days training. And I actually just fought, so it was, I had like a 3 or 4 day, not even really a break, but,
Yeah, you actually fought 11 days ago at Cage Fury Fighting Championships. So let's move from TJ to you for a second. Since you've left the UFC, you're 2-0, 2 submission wins. Your last fight against Castro, Cage Fury, with a Peruvian necktie. How sweet was it to win that way?
Yeah, to do that was great in competition. That was one of the first moves I've ever learned in BJJ. And I hit it all the time. I'll get high-level black belts the first time. Obviously, second time they know it's coming. But so it was nice. I got in that position and I just pulled the trigger and did it, and it was a pretty nice turnout.
Nice. So you've got 2 more fights left in your contract with them. Is it 3 more or 2 more?
2 more.
2 more. So what are your plans? Do you know who you're fighting next?
I don't. I was hoping to get on the May 11th card down at Atlantic City, but that didn't happen. So I'm hoping to fight in June, if not sooner. I think their next show is June 22nd, so I hope to be on that. And, my wife's giving birth in September. So I would love to get 2 fights in before that, whomever, wherever, I don't really care. I just want to get the work in.
For sure. So MMA, we've spoken with TJ a lot. We live in the same city as him. We've dealt with him a lot in the past. We know that he went to 155 and he's had a lot of experience, a lot of success down there so far. How has it affected you so far, and do you like it so far?
Yeah, I love it. We joke about it all the time, but I mean, it's like going from fighting big giant men to fighting guys my size. So it's really, as a small welterweight, I went in there I didn't have necessarily the finish on my mind because these guys were so big and powerful that I just felt I needed to control them. With guys at 55 that are my size or smaller, I mean, I go in there with the mentality, I'm going to finish this fight. It's not going to be 15 minutes. That's the biggest thing I've noticed.
So what do you think about TJ's ability so far now that you've had a chance to get on the mats with him?
It's pretty awesome. I obviously knew he was a good fighter, and of course my guys back home, how would the fight have gone? How would the fight have gone? And I just keep telling them, I don't know. One of us would have obviously won because he's got such a game that kind of counters my game. Yeah. So it would have completely been whoever could have lasted longer, in that battle.
So the kind of what-if scenario, it's almost like Rocky and Apollo Creed at the end of Rocky 2, right?
Absolutely, and who knows where the future is going to take us either. It's today. That's all we know. I'm helping him train for his next fight. Who knows what will be in the future.
So obviously you're a good substitute for Gray Maynard. We can't bring Gray in for a training camp, so I mean he has to find a substitute. How do you think that fight's going to go with TJ and Gray?
I keep telling him, without giving away too much detail, it's just he's so well-rounded that I think for any wrestler, maybe with the exception of Frankie Edgar, turned fighter, presents a huge problem because he's got good wrestling, good BJJ, he's great on his feet. So, for a wrestler, it really presents a problem, and I really think it's going to be in his favor.
Right on. Well, I think a lot of Canadians are looking forward to seeing TJ get in there. So thanks a lot for speaking with Charlie, and good luck in the future.
My pleasure. Thanks, guys.
All right, this is Andy Cotterill with MMA.ca and Charlie, the Spaniard Brenneman. Sure.